Good afternoon, class 12th. Welcome to economics class. Children, you know that after the exams, we have already started chapter number 9 and we have done the very first topic of chapter number 9, that was perfect competition, its meaning and its features. Children, today also we will talk about chapter number 9, but today we will talk about the next topic of this, right? And today's topic of discussion is monopolistic competition. In this video, I will be telling you in detail the meaning and features of monopolistic competition. Children, this is chapter number 9. You can see this in the slide. And children, in this chapter, we are talking about market structure. As I have already explained you that market structure is basically divided into three parts. That is perfect competition, monopoly and imperfect competition. Imperfect competition is again further divided into oligopoly and monopolistic competition. Children, we have already done perfect competition and today we will talk about monopolistic competition. Children, monopolistic competition. First of all, I will tell you about the meaning of monopolistic competition. Children, monopolistic competition is that form of market in which there are large number of buyers and sellers of a particular product, with each seller selling somewhat differentiated but close product, right? That means product will be perfect substitute of each other, but still the product is close to each other. You can see this in the slide. It is also written that monopolistic competition refers to the market structure in which a large number of sellers sells differentiated products which are close substitute of one another. Children, the element of competition and the monopoly exist in this. Monopoly I have explained you. So, in this the combination of both the things exist. Children, when we talk about the features of monopolistic competition, the very first feature, you can say either features or you say characteristics, both are the same things. So, the very first feature of monopolistic competition is that is large number of buyers and sellers, right? So children, the first characteristics of monopolistic competition is same as we have discussed in perfect competition. So the first characteristics of monopolistic competition is that the number of seller is large, but it is not unusually large. The implication of fairly large number of firm is that firm produces a small share of output. Therefore, the firm under monopolistic competition can reasonably assume that any action on its part will affect the rival firm so insignificantly that it need not to bother about the reaction of rival firms. This means that the firms follow independent price policy, right? And children, in this the firms are price maker, but in perfect competition, as I have told you, that firms were price taker, right? So children, for example, firms under the lower price without taking into consideration the other rival firms can lower down their own prices. It is partly for the reason that the firm under monopolistic competitions are not at all price taker. So if they are not price taker, what they will be? They will be price maker, right? Now children, we will talk about the second feature of monopolistic competition, that is product differentiation. Children, product differentiation is the key element of monopolistic competition. Under monopolistic competition, firm produces differentiated product. Here, each firm produces a product that is somewhat different from the product of its competitor, but it is not entirely distinct, right? Product produced by different firms are substitute of each other. Like you can say that they are better substitute of each other. You know what are substitute? Yes, the goods which are used in place of one another, but not perfect substitute. They are better substitute, but they are not perfect substitute. This product, in fact, these products are not homogeneous, but they are not altogether different as well. They are similar enough to be regarded as a same commodity, but sufficiently different so that the consumer tends to regard them different from each other, right? You can say children that in the physical characteristics these products are different, or you can say in the conditions surrounding the sale also there can be a difference. That is why these products are not considered as homogeneous product as it was said in perfect competition, but they are considered to be differentiated products. Children, coming to the third feature. Third feature is free entry and free exit. Children, in monopolistic competition like perfect competition, it is characterized by free entry and free exit of the firms. There are no restrictions on the entry of the new firms. There is a freedom of entry in the sense that new firms are free to produce the close substitute. Similarly, there are no restrictions on the firm deciding to leave the industry. The implication of this characteristic is that the firm under monopolistic competition earns only and only normal profit in long run. Right? Coming to the next feature, that is selling cost, and this is the fourth feature. Children, an important characteristics of monopolistic competition is that the firm under monopolistic competition compete with each other by incurring selling cost or expenditure on sales promotion. Children, first of all, I'll tell you what is selling cost. Children, selling cost is the expenditure incurred by the firm to promote the sale of its product through the various sales promotions measures. The sales promotion measures may take the form of persuasive or competitive advertisement like newspaper, TV commercials, etc. Children, they may take the form of door-to-door campaign also, offering discounts, buy one get one free, etc. Right? Children, the purpose of this sales promotion measures by the producer of a particular brand is to allure the consumers from other brands by pursuing them to buy his brand rather than the other brands. Right? So, in this market, in monopolistic competition, the selling cost plays a very, very dominant role. Coming to the next, that is non-price competition. Children, non-price competition is the essential part of monopolistic competition. Firms under monopolistic competition compete with each other, not merely by price cutting, but also on the basis of non-price competition. That is, producing differentiated products, incurring advertisement expenditure, etc. Right? And coming to the last one, that is independent price policy. Children, a firm under the monopolistic competition can follow an independent price policy. You know that firms are price maker. That is why definitely there will be independent price policy of the same, and it can influence the price of the commodity to some extent. It means that the firm under monopolistic competition is price maker rather than price taker. Right? So children, in the slide I have mentioned 8 features. You have to prepare 6 which we have discussed in detail. Right? So children, that's all for today. Thank you so much.